Hi, welcome to Graham's and another unboxing video, this time of the 800 D4 series, the smallest in the range, the bookshelf, the 805 D4. This is the first time we've had one of these in stock. We've got it in the walnut finish, which we haven't seen also. We've only seen the high gloss black, so we're really looking forward to this. So without any further ado, let's have a look. I personally was fortunate enough to have a listen to these at the launch of these, which was at Abbey Road, where B&W have a long history of working with them and having their speakers installed there. So there's a lot we could talk about with the box, but moving forward. Just get this to one side for a second. So, unwrapping. Okay. Okay. So, here we go, and here is our first view of the 805 D4. So first impressions are, this is a nice finish. Everything you would expect from a £6,250 bookshelf speaker. It's beautifully smooth, and if I can, there we go. In this walnut finish, with the silver accents as opposed to going with the black accents, it's beautifully matched. It looks really nice. In terms of accessories, what we do have is the mid-range or mid-bass unit grills, which are a lot nicer than the previous generation, the previous version. You've got this rather beautiful piece of aluminium which just magnetizes on like that. Let me spin this round so you can see the rear of it. So obviously B&W have done a complete rework of the whole series, but the 805 and the 804 have definitively had the majority of those sorts of upgrades. The cabinet is now a reverse wrapped cabinet. The reverse wrap that is now available on the 805 and the 804 was only previously ever seen on the larger headed units from the 803 to the 800 series from the D3 range. With that reverse wrap, you now have a heatsink on the back of the unit. That actually includes the crossover for this speaker, and obviously dissipates heat at the same time. Not that you would really generate that much heat in the crossover, but nevertheless. So there's a brand new tweeter housing on these, the dome remaining the same, but the housing itself is now extended all the way down the length of the 805 and the 804. This disperses more unwanted frequencies down the line of the tweeter housing itself. So it's also better decoupled from the rest of the unit than it ever has been on previous series of this. So with this new milled aluminium tweeter housing, you now have a far more inert unit. They have internally braced it even better than they had done previously. So what you had was internal sort of bracing all the way through the speaker. Now they have added aluminium into that to stiffen it even further. So you're really just listening to a very tight, controlled sound. You've also got additional bracing around the front for the drive unit here. And finally, B&W have implemented something they've called Biomimetic Suspension, which is kind of the pièce de résistance of the improvements made on the D4 series, and something that they have been working on for 14 years. This is a suspension that sits behind the mid-range unit and holds onto it to control its movements. Because it moves backwards and forwards with the unit, it creates its own frequencies and actually can interfere with the frequencies going forward and back into the housing itself. Obviously, as a stand-mounted speaker, B&W have designed a new stand to go with this. It's available in black or silver and comes in at around £1,100. I have had an opportunity to listen to these when I was at Abbey Road, and they are incredible. B&W have done some amazing things with the D4 series. They have managed somehow to create even more detail without necessarily making the sound step forward, and as a result of that you've got more information, a more engaging sound without it shouting at you at all. It is truly amazing. So you also have on the top, you've got this lovely piece of Connolly leather that goes across the top here that replaces the just the hardwood or the gloss finish that they had previously, and that's there because there's now a plate that goes all the way across the top of the speaker. So all in, you've got a fantastic speaker at $6,250, so obviously a bit of a step up from the previous price of about sort of $4,750, but so worthwhile. If you get a chance, please feel free to come down and we'd be happy to demonstrate this, the 804, the 803, the 802 or the 801. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much.